Welcome to another episode, everyone. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. This blood member viciously attacks CripMac. He says that CripMac is more than likely the feds, the police, a snitch, that his mother is, I'll let him tell it. He said that CripMac is a culture vulture, an imposter, that he's not really a Crip, that he's from Rancho Cucamonga, and that he came down to LA and got put on all these different hoods, and these dudes just accepting him, that he's not from neighborhood, etc. But hey, let's get into it, man.
But that kind of, I want to go to my next point. I want to talk about this. Maybe it's related to people going to prison as well, because recently we had somebody who's a social media superstar out here before he got arrested and went to jail, CripMac, right? So CripMac goes to prison, he goes to the feds, and then he gets released.
Crip on the internet, but I hear you.
Then he gets released, right? So CripMac gets released from federal prison and immediately gets locked up again, man. So did you see this whole CripMac situation?
What did he get locked up for?
What? I'm not sure. I want to say he must have had a warrant for something else.
I really don't know. I don't follow the CripMac, so I really don't know. Like, you feel me? Like, I just know he was in jail, and that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, I know that he was supposed to be released, and he ended up getting arrested again.
He's a goofy. I don't know, but he's a goofy though. But I don't know. I don't think he even got out. I don't know, bro. I haven't looked into what's going on. I don't know if he got arrested again. I don't know. But you feel me?
Nah, I get you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. You know what I'm saying? But I know he goofy. You know what I'm saying? He better get out of jail, sit his ass down, because somebody gonna that boy. Feel me? He not even like, and that's another thing, bro. This nigga not even from the culture. CripMac, like people's quick to say that Adam 22 is a culture vulture or Vlad is a culture vulture, bro. CripMac is the biggest culture vulture in years they had the same, bro. He didn't go to school in LA. He didn't know nothing about LA. He didn't start gangbanging from LA until he was like in his 20s. He lied about who he was when he went to Texas, said he was from 60s. He got put off 60s because he did some buster stuff and got put on 5-5. He was on the internet claiming millions of gangs. But that don't matter. The hard part is he's not even from the culture. He's not from LA at all. Like, at all. Like, no schools, didn't live here, nothing. Really from Rancho Cucamonga, got on the bus and just bummed his way to the 5-5s. Like, that's weird to me, bro. If anybody should be looked at as a confidential informant or working with the FBI, it should be him. Like,
well, I mean, he's done a lot of time since it.
Wow. If anyone should be looked at as a confident, so this is Snoop Badazz. This is the same individual who did reacted to his content before, right here on this same channel, Witty Apparatus. Shout out to Witty Apparatus, right here, and the Snoopy Badazz. Go check him out. And Snoopy Badazz is a blood. I reacted to his content on this same channel some months ago or so, where when he said that blacks are afraid of the Mexicans and all of that. So, as you just heard, he's on CripMac bumper now. Now, I read the comments to this video right here, and people in the comments were saying that, well, Snoop, you're from Paris, California. You're from Paris, California yourself. You describing yourself. They were saying in the comments. Go look at it. And you just hating. You hating on CripMac. Someone was saying in the comments this, that, and that. So I don't know. But I mean, this is some pretty strong stuff. He said CripMac, if anyone should be looked at as, he's going to elaborate on that a little bit, but he says that if you just heard him, if anyone should be looked at as a confidential informant, FBI agent, it should be CripMac. That I heard some stuff about CripMac before, of course. I wasn't sure exactly where he's supposed to have been from as far as where he came from. People saying he from, like, I guess, Rancho Cucamonga then. He just said it or he's about to say it. And then Texas and all this. I was hearing some of that stuff, but I never cared. Whatever. CripMac is okay, man. He's just a dude out there. He went viral. He trying to get his money. He turned up. He puts it on. He puts on the show, and all that. I don't take it serious or, like, as far as him gonna be deleted, like he just said, he gonna fuck around, get killed. I mean, he be dissing hoods and all that on the internet. You gotta be careful with all that sort of stuff because some dudes out here are serious, bro. Especially if you're not really from LA like that, they not looking at you like you really like that. You just on the internet popping it. Yeah, dudes will try to catch up to you and holler at you, man. But as far as him being from Chino or Rancho Cucamonga and all that, I don't know. I don't care. He was in the county jail. He was fighting. He had his fights. If he lost all of them or whatever, that's okay. As long as he fought, he's representing his hood. They put him on. So I don't know, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I mean, it's pretty strong stuff. He going at him as we just heard. He said he's a culture vulture. That y'all say Adam 22 and Vlad, referring to Vlad TV. That Vlad is a culture vulture. What about CripMac? He's the biggest culture vulture in years, he said. The fakest Crip on the internet, he said. Wow.
Man, all that could be staged, bro. Like, you better start, nigga, how the feds work. And I'm not saying that they setting everything up, but I'm just saying if y'all want to call somebody working for the police or being part of COINTELPRO, CripMac fits the criteria. Nobody went to school with him. You get what I'm trying? His mama sounds like a square. She sounds like she's top FBI agent. She didn't mess with
sound like a reasonable lady, man. Like she's got her senses.
I know she messed with nothing but white men. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm just saying though, like, people don't pay no attention, bro. If anybody it can be the FBI, COINTELPRO, or it's fake as CripMac. Feel what I'm saying? Like, if the culture didn't come down on CripMac for not being from LA at all, never went to school there, never lived there or anything. If the culture didn't come down on him, the culture can't come down on nobody, bro. Especially not a with LA on his birth certificate that went to school in LA. CripMac is probably one of the biggest frauds of our generation.
What's that?
CripMac. He's probably one of our biggest frauds of this generation.
I don't know, man. I got a really good relationship with CripMac and them.
No.
Yeah, I don't know either, bro. I mean, because whatever. I mean, I'm just running the content. I'm not here to defend CripMac, bro, or to get involved or go against Snoop or take any sides. Now, I'm trying to stay neutral in this, but at the same time, I have to offer my assertion, my opinion, give my content. That is, I am reacting anyway. I mean, I don't care if CripMac if they put him on their hood and they say his homeboys from 5-5 neighborhood say he's from our hood, then who am I to say he's not? If they say that he is. If CripMac saying it and they're not, then that's different. If they're saying this is the homie, we got his back, he from the hood, we put him on however it happened, this is the homie. If they claiming him as one of them for real, then that's what it is. That's how I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna look at him as an individual from 5-5 neighborhood. If the 5-5 neighborhood say that he's a 5-5 neighborhood, that's good enough for me. I don't care where he came from. He could have came from Alaska. If he's here now, and he's been here for some years, and they say that this is what it is, then that's what it is. Yes, he's successful on the internet. He's going to be even more successful if he plays it right, stays out of the way, stays out of trouble, and just runs his content. His CripMac, he has a chance to really get some money on this internet. Constantly going viral, constantly on people's thumbnails and in people's titles. So he's keeping himself going already. He just got out. If he can keep it going, he has a chance to be successful. I'm assuming people see this, and some perhaps are not all the way happy with that. Not just talking about Snoop Dogg, or not Snoop Dogg, but Snoopy Badazz, I believe is his name. I think he's a blood out of Compton here. I don't want to misspeak. But, other people, I'm sure, content creators and such, other Crips, Bloods, even whatever, that feel like they should be CripMac. They should be going viral. Content creators feeling like I should get more views. Or I should get views like I'm really whoop-de-whoop. Crips like this dude feeling the same way Snoop feeling. This dude ain't even really from the hood, or he ain't really from neighborhood. This dude from Rancho Cucamonga, how the hell he on here? People taking this dude serious, or he just a joke, man. They just laughing at CripMac. They not laughing with him. They laughing at him. He just a joke. Every different people feel different ways for whatever their reasoning is for feeling it that way. Me, I don't care. I mean, seemed like a good dude to me, man. Seemed like a cool dude. He be dissing the hood and all that. I don't care. He'd just be running his content. He trying to get his money, man. And like I said, having did over 30 years behind bars myself, I can vouch for the fact that there are some individuals who are strong, reputable, who did grow up in their hood from day one. Was born in a hospital up the block from their hood, born in their hospital, and was born and raised in their hood. Tattoos everywhere. Big killers, reputables. And they won't get in there and fight behind those walls in that county jail. They hid under bunks and all of this sort of stuff. So if CripMac is in there fighting, at least, not that I condone fighting or want my brothers to be fighting. I do not, actually. I'm against it, but it happens, and sometimes it has to happen behind those walls, regardless of what one's sentiments may be. And as long as you stand up when the time comes and you take your squabble, win, lose, or draw, then that's all that can be asked of any man. CripMac has seemed to live up to that. He squabbled Baby Jap or Jap 5 and whomever else. He was in there fighting. I can't even say that for a lot of individuals that I was in there with. That was reputables from their hood.
You got a good relationship with everybody. It's just the truth. Like, I feel like Crip, that's how I feel. I feel like he's probably, whether you have a good relationship with him or not, you're not a gangbanger. Feel me? I'm just saying. You feel me? I think when it comes to the Cripping and the 5-5 neighbor, when it comes to Cripping in the LA culture, CripMac is probably one of the biggest frauds. Like, come on with that. It's the truth. It's one of the biggest frauds of the culture. Not because he won't fight, not because he's scary, it's because he's not from LA at all. Not at all. He never grew up. He never grew
now,
up.
some people would say this, Snoopy. They would say, well, he's got the big 5-5 on his face. He put himself out there.
Do you hear this?
Actually in his hood.
What does that mean? He's not from the culture. Just because a gang is naive and they're dying, just because he got put on a dying ass hood that needed members and they was scraping the bottom of the barrel trying to get whoever they can get, don't make him real. He just fell in somewhere that needed members. Nobody cared about the 5-5s before him. Like I said, when it comes to the gangbanging culture, when it comes to being a real one, he's probably the biggest fraud of the culture. He didn't grow up in.
I don't know. Again, I don't want to take sides here or whatever, but I know about the 5-5 neighborhoods. I mean, I don't know about them just being a dying hood. They still of the neighborhood faction, regardless. So they'll always be able to re-strengthen themselves when necessary because they are of the neighborhood cloth, legitimately. And CripMac was not viral at that time necessarily. You know, I believe he had got put on in the alley or got DP'd in the alley or something some years ago. And I believe that's when he had started going viral. So I don't know. Maybe you can make the arguments that the neighborhood put him on because he was going viral some or getting ready to go viral or whatever. But I don't know. As far as them being a dying hood, they just needed numbers. Like I said, this is Snoop. I'll let him speak.
Yes.
Now, what do you think? What do you think about a situation where he's released from the feds and automatically gets picked up by the state? Now, I'm checking while we were talking.
Well, what you got to understand is the feds and the states is two different agencies. So the Fed, that can happen to him for the same crime. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
You can literally go to the feds for a burner and the state want their time now and they could charge you or run it concurrent. And I done seen dudes finish their state time and the feds come pick them up.
Yeah.
That's normal, typical shit. You feel me? That's not, I don't mean that he's just been running around killing shit. That's the same gun.
That's crazy, man, because, you know, a lot of people were enthusiastic about him coming out. I know you and him have y'all issues or whatever.
I don't have no problem with CripMac. Like, I would be cool with a fake-ass gangbanger. Feel me? Just because, like, see, this is what people get it messed up at. And this is why everything up right now. Think just because you cool with it or you got love for it or you like it, not to say I'm cool with him or got love for him, but just because you cool with it and you like a person don't mean you gotta lie to him. Like I tell him, I know, like, yeah, man, you might get up, but you's a fake gangbanger though, bro. You ain't really like that, bro. Like that's just the type of I am. I don't mind telling a nigga that.
You shoot straight from the hip. I ain't gonna lie. You know?
Yeah, I don't like just because I'm not cool with a nigga just because he's a real gangbanger or whatever. Like if I deal with people for what I like people for certain things. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So it is what it is. Just because I think he's a fake ass gangbanger and I think he's a coach approacher don't mean I have a problem with him. I just feel like he's acting. That's not him. Every time he got put in a serious situation, he always got beat up. When if CripMac won a fight?
Well, we did an interview while he was locked up.
Whenever he won a fight, like, okay, he'll fight. But he always get his ass whooped. Feel me? Now, let me say this. Being a coach of Vulture and being a fraud and being scary is not the same thing, y'all. There's a lot of coach of Vultures and frauds that's not scary at all. You feel me? So don't mix being a buster. Like, I'm not even gonna say CripMac's a buster. I don't believe he a buster. A buster is just, it's gonna run from a fight. Ain't even gonna see if they can win a fight. They're gonna turn it down. A buster is not gonna even fight to lose the fight. So once a nigga step out there and willing to fight, whether he lose or win, he's not a buster. He fought. A buster is not even gonna fight at all. Like most of these YouTube dudes. That's a buster. Now, just because somebody's is not a buster, don't mean
shots fired. This dude, he like, you two dudes out here catching strays, man. Dang. Who he talking about? I don't know who he talking about. He say most of these YouTube ain't gonna fight. That's hilarious. Probably true though.
They're a fraud. Just because somebody's not a buster don't mean they're not a fraud. Yeah, that's what I mean. Because you can be a fraud and a fake gangbanger.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just a lot of semantics right there. That's too much for me to keep up with. You can be a fraud, but a gangbanger, and not a fraud, and still not a buster, and a buster, but not a fraud, and coach of vote. Okay, I get it. I did just digest everything he was saying, being for real, but still, nevertheless, it is a lot of minutia. It is still a lot of wordplay because at the end of the day, either you are or you are not. Either you are a fraud and a buster in one, or you are not. I think you can conflate the two in this scenario. And CripMac is not a buster, and if he's taking his squabbles, I mean, but again, I get what he's saying. CripMac is not from LA. He wasn't born and raised in LA, never went to a school in LA. He's from Texas. He's from 60s. He's from Rancho Cucamonga. He's from 5'5". I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. But as far as him being a Fed and this, but like I said, CripMac, he's been standing strong, bro, taking care of his business. But he says that himself, as we just heard. Snoop says that he admits that. Yeah, all right. I'm not saying he a buster. He said he a squabble and all that. I'm saying that, but he said he lost every fight. But again, people are going to lose fights. He probably just don't know how to fight that good. I mean, that's okay. It's not in the best shape. And if you didn't grow up in L.A., particularly back in the days, as I said before, when I was referring to the King Pill and Nutty fight, when they got in the ring, and when I made the comment, I believe the other day, reacting to the Compton Rick Rock video, when he was talking about the fight that these individuals were supposed to have, and he's not fighting. Anyway, and I was just saying that, we grew up fighting. So even if you didn't know how to fight, you were eventually going to learn how to fight in the hood, because you're fighting your homeboys all the time. Your homies fighting you. Big homies taking off on you just in the hood, taking off on you. I remember one time my big bro, like I said, we out there, and the homie sitting out there, and he just started firing on some of the homies, just out of nowhere, bro. He said, it's time to separate the men from the boys. That's all he said. It's time to separate the men from the boys and start firing on people. And this dude tripping. And you gotta fight. You better fight back. You gotta get out there and fight. So even if you don't know how to fight, you go to the store, you go to this person's hood, get caught slipping, you ain't got your thing and all that. You gotta get them up. Bro, you getting packed out, all this. You got to get them up all the time. So you're going to learn how to fight at some point just from getting whooped on all the time. You're certainly not going to be scared to fight, and you're going to learn some skills. You're going to learn some stuff just because practice makes perfect. You keep squabbling all of the time. So if CripMac did not go through that, if he is from Texas or Rancho Cucamonga and this, that, and the other, and he wasn't over there in L.A. growing up squabbling like that, then yeah, he probably don't know how to fight like that, like a lot of these gang members who don't do nothing but pick up a weapon. That's why they're so quick to pick up a weapon. And because they can't fight, and because they're so quick to pick up a weapon, they haven't been fighting growing up, this generation here. So since they haven't been fighting growing up, they've always just ran to their weapon, thinking that makes them a man and strong, when it is really a sign of weakness that you're unwilling to go from here. With every minute and trivial problem, every transgression, you're ready to grab your weapon. That's not a sign of strength. That doesn't make you a man or a gangster. It's really a sign of weakness. A lack of emotional intelligence and a lack of emotional regulation. A lack of self-control. And because they're so quick to grab their weapon and not fight, these dudes don't know how to fight. This generation don't know how to fight. They're all small, skinny, because they all sniffing something, drinking lean and all this sort of stuff we wasn't doing back then. They're not working out at all. They all sucked up. That's why they got to grab their weapon. They're going to get whooped on when they try to come from the shoulder. They ain't had nan damn fight in their whole life. Then when they get to jail, get to the county jail and all that, and they got to fight, they get beat on up in there because they ain't never had a fight. Well, that could be CripMac. That could be why he's losing these fights. If he didn't grow up over there, he wasn't growing up. But now he's been fighting, so he's going to get better. You know, he's 30 years old now. All of that should be over. He should just be focused on his money, on his content, and growing as a man, as a human being, as a person, as a father. He has children and what have you. That's what's important, bro. But I understand. I understand what he's saying as well.
And but be gun ho, ready to squabble everything. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, I get exactly what you're saying.
And what I'm gonna say about CripMac is he not a buster in the sense of taking his phase and getting beat up, but a fraud and a culture vulture is what he is. He vultured off the culture. He's a culture vulture. He only wanted to be 5'5" so he can be an internet sensation. He planned this out. This was planned out. Nobody would care about CripMac without the 5'5" stamp, and nobody would care about 5'5" without the CripMac stamp. If he didn't have 5'5" thick as chest straight up to go with his antics, it wouldn't have worked. But it would get.
Now, I mean, can you blame him for taking the ball and running with it?
I don't have no. I'm not. Did one time did I say he was wrong? Listen, bro, if these dumbass, stupid games gonna let you come exploit that game and use that game, you do it. This brought it out anyway. He not wrong. He not wrong at all. He did what he was supposed to do for his existence, for his life. He did what's good for somebody else could be bad for somebody else, what's bad for somebody else could be good for somebody else. He did what was best for him. He know he a fake ass Crip. He know he ain't gonna do nothing to nobody. He know he gonna run from the Hoovers when they see him. But guess what? If he can exploit this and get on, and they're gonna let him do it, then you can't knock the player. I mean, can't knock the game. What's feel me? Don't hate the player, hate the game. You feel me?
There you go.
There it goes. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate the player, hate the game.
All right, that's it. Right there, it's going off. That was the end of that. Snoopy Badazz there. I am interested to know what you all think in the comments. I gave a bit of my opinion there. I don't want to go on and on about it. He said what he said. What do you think? Do you think CripMac is a culture vulture? That he's exploiting the culture, exploiting Crips, the neighborhoods, black people, the black community, LA, what have you, getting rich off of LA like some other content creators, but then talk bad about LA and all that, but that's not what CripMac is doing. Is CripMac official? Is he from 5'5"? Do you really look at him like that? Did he get put on? Is he from Texas? Is he working with the FBI? Him and his snow-loving mother. I'm just curious as to what you all think. I mean, this is some pretty strong stuff here. I mean, as I said, I get some of what he's saying. I mean, I do. I don't know CripMac's story. I saw Poetic Flacco do a short. I started to react to that the other day, but it was just a short where he said, only in LA can, talking about CripMac, can a dude from Chino Hills, I think that's where I got Chino, something like that he said, from somewhere, come to LA and be a shot caller, be the #1 Crip in LA. That tells y'all these gangbangers ain't nothing in LA, you know how Flacco is. So there are a few people saying some of these same things about CripMac from wherever. And he's coming out here in LA and everybody just letting him run amok. He out here dissing hoods and all of this stuff on the internet. Got this stuff on his head and his face and his forehead. And he's not really from LA. He ain't really about that life. And when some certain individuals catch up with him that are really about that life, it's going to be all bad for him. According to this individual here, Snoop, hell, he may even end up 6 feet under playing these type of internet games sort of thing was his point. Pretty strong stuff, as I said. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. CripMac, just stay strong, stay out of the way, stay out of trouble, bro. Be successful. Help the community the best you can. Be a father to your children. Stay safe and stay free, people.